Would you rather go to a Taylor Swift concert or Gavel Club meeting?
Oh, wait, that's really hard. Probably a concert.
Look, I think that's an amazing answer because it's the honest answer, but also the fact that you had to go that it was hard shows just how awesome Gavel Club must be if you had to sort of pause and think.
I mean, if it's like missing one meeting for Taylor Swift concert, then obviously I had to go to the concert. But if I had to quit, like, for a concert, I'd consider my options.
Hi, my name's Brendan O'Sullivan, a Toastmaster from Brisbane, Australia. Welcome to my Toastmasters World Tour podcast. Please join me as I travel virtually around the world and chat to Toastmasters from different countries and all walks of life. Let's explore.
For this episode of Toastmasters World Tour, our flightless cassowary has not only become unstuck, but flown us back to my hometown, Brisbane, Australia. Home to three of our guests' favourite things: the library, scouts, and her bed. I chat to Flick Norris, who is a 12-year-old member of Gavel Club. Listen in to find out what Gavel Club is all about and if she enjoys it. Hi, Flick. Welcome to the show. I'm so happy you've joined me.
Thank you.
I believe you go to Gavel Club. Could you tell me a bit about what Gavel Club is all about?
Yeah. So Gavel Club is basically just Toastmasters for kids, and it's less of like the official thing and just more of like getting you prepared for like when you go into the older clubs.
I see. I'm a member of Toastmasters, as you may know, so I'm called a Toastmaster. What do you call someone who goes to Gavel Club? A Gavel Master?
I don't know. We just call each other people.
Okay.
There's not really like an official term.
You don't get bopped on the head with a gavel if you're boring or you talk too long, do you?
No, I haven't been hit with our gavel yet. And neither has anyone else, luckily.
I'm kidding, of course. When did you first hear about Toastmasters, and have you been to a Toastmasters meeting before?
Yeah. So my mum's been doing Toastmasters since before I was born. So I think the first time I went to a Toastmasters meeting was when I was like, because my mum didn't want to miss a meeting when I was born. So I just kind of came strapped onto her for a few weeks.
I see. What, a few weeks of age, were you?
Yeah.
And then when's the first time you remember going to a Toastmasters meeting?
For my 6th birthday, I had always like watched my mum just leave, like, and I was always like, oh my gosh, I really, really want to go with you, Mummy. Please, can I go with you? And then finally, for my 6th birthday, when I was actually trusted not to talk through the whole meeting, I went until break.
And what did you think of it?
I can't really remember. All I really remember was doing a table topic about Zupa Dupas. But it was, I think I had fun.
Yeah. And how old do you have to be to join Gavel Club?
The youngest you can be is 8.
Okay. And how old are you now, Flick?
I'm 12.
Okay, awesome. And so when did you join Gavel Club?
I think about 2 years ago.
Okay. Flick, I'd just like to clarify something. What is the oldest you're allowed to be to become a member of Gavel Club?
18 because that's when you can then actually join like a proper Toastmasters club.
Okay, sure. So I have a serious question for you because Gavel Club sounds even cooler than Toastmasters to me. So if I rock up and say I'm sweet 16, do you think they'd let me join?
Probably not.
Why not?
I think they'd probably ask for proof of age.
Oh, darn. Okay. All right. What's a typical meeting like?
You kind of get there and we start the meeting and it just kind of, we've got the agenda. It's very similar to an actual Toastmasters meeting, just much less formal.
Mm-hmm. So, yes, you have been to a more recent Toastmasters meeting because I saw you at one there not long ago. What did you find were the differences? You said less formal at Gavel. Any other differences you noticed?
Not really. I think, yeah, just the fact that they were much more formal. Every holidays I go to down under.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's mostly just like the language that you use, and it's also a lot more tied up at Toastmasters because there's more pressure not to talk. But it's like at Gavel Club, you can kind of like talk out to them and like say kind of, I mean, you wouldn't normally, but it's like much less pressure to not talk.
I see. So you can muck up and play up and run around and go crazy. Can you do that at Gavel Club?
Not during somebody's speech, obviously, but during like the breaks, you can, yeah.
Okay, well, that's good. You want it to be relaxed and fun. Is it fun?
Yeah, it's really fun.
What's the most fun thing, do you think?
I think the most fun thing is the speaking, but I think a lot of people would argue the food.
What food have they got?
Well, everyone kind of brings one thing every night. So every night somebody will just come up with a bag of chips. There'll be Pringles. So you've just got like a whole table of food.
Oh, can I come? Sounds fabulous. I'm just kidding. So whereabouts is it held? What sort of a place is it held at? And how long does it go for?
It's held in the library, and I think it goes for about an hour and a half, an hour 45, something like that.
Mm-hmm. And how often do you have these meetings?
Every 2 weeks.
Okay. So very similar to how a lot of Toastmasters clubs run.
Yeah, but we don't do it during the holidays.
Okay. And so you said before you had to be 8 years old. Do you have anyone that young? What would be the youngest in your club?
Yes, the youngest is 8 years old and our oldest is 18.
Uh-huh.
So there's like a 10-year gap between all of us.
Okay. And do you get like booted out or hit on the head with a gavel again to get you out of there at 18? Or can you keep going?
Well, we've got one girl who's 18.
Mm.
She hasn't left yet. I think she's waiting for like one of her friends.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And are there any adults involved in running the meetings?
We have got one who helps. She just kind of helps get us there, and like she helps with, say somebody's away for a role,
Uh-huh.
so she'll help figure out who's going to do that. She helps to fill the roles. She's kind of just like the leader, and she founded the club.
Okay.
So,
What's her name? Can we give her a shout out?
Sally.
Okay.
But other than that, she doesn't really help to run the meetings. After we start,
Mm.
she's just kind of in the back.
Okay. And do you have like any particular roles that people have? Like, is there a president or someone who organises the agendas other than the adult, Sally?
Yeah, so we've got Sally just kind of checks over the agendas, but we've got a president, VP, we've got those roles.
Okay. Have you done any of the roles yourself, Flick?
Yeah, I was a VP last year, I think.
Wow. Did you use spreadsheets to help you organise things?
Yeah.
Oh,
Most of them
wow.
are my mum's.
I'm not surprised. Chip off the old block.
Yeah. Once I learned how to use the spreadsheets, though, I just kind of did the agendas on my own.
Wow, that's very clever. You must be proud of yourself.
Yeah.
So, Flick, you've been to Toastmasters meetings and you know we give speeches. And to help people learn how to give speeches, there is an online program called Pathways to guide them in how to write and compose and deliver their speeches. Is there any equivalent thing for Gavel Club?
No, there's not. You just kind of do speeches, and there's not really any projects or anything. We do sometimes do educationals in a meeting, but
Mhm.
we don't that normally only goes for 15 minutes, so no.
That sounds fabulous, actually, because it sounds like you learn on the fly, a bit like an apprentice. You learn during the meetings, and it means that you don't really have any homework to do. No one wants any extra homework, do they?
No.
We've talked about Gavel Club meetings and that it's like Toastmasters, and I imagine that some Toastmasters will have kids that might be interested in joining, but there might be also parents that don't know anything about Toastmasters either. Could you tell us a bit more about the sort of segments that the meeting has?
Okay, so we've got Toastmaster, Timer, Wordmaster, Round Robin, and a few others. We've got speeches, evaluators, R counter, have you been paying attention, and a couple others.
Sure. How long did the speeches go for?
Well, they're supposed to go for around 2 minutes,
Mhm.
but they're supposed to go for 2 to 4 minutes, but then some people who do their first speeches, they normally go for around a minute, because of just kind of nerves and then speaking fast and all that. And then sometimes my speeches go for about 5 minutes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they don't mean to. I just.
I'm not surprised. Do you get nerves or do you get scared?
I think I did the tiniest bit on my first speech, but after that, no, not really.
Okay. And can you choose the topic of your speech?
Yeah, so the the meeting before, you can say if you want to do a speech or a specific role. And then you've got 2 weeks between meetings to make your speech, practice it, and pick a theme and all that kind of thing. Pick a topic.
And how many people would give a speech in each meeting?
There's supposed to be around 4, but
Mhm.
sometimes people don't want to do speeches, and then we end up with about 2, and we're just chucking educational in there.
Okay. So there's about 20 to 25 members. How many would turn up on an average night?
We've normally got 15 who come up. I think there might be more around 15 to 20, but there's normally 10 to 15 who would show up. But recently we've only had 7 to 12 kind of.
Yeah, so it depends on what's going on in their life. You don't get in trouble if you
Yeah.
don't turn up to one of the meetings?
No.
Okay, if there's only 2 to 4 speeches and say 15 turned up, does everyone sort of get something to say or do during the meeting?
Well, sometimes you've got people who don't have roles, but then there's always things like table topics, round robin, that kind of thing.
So everyone gets some sort of a chance to speak and practice their
Yeah.
speaking skill. That's
Yeah.
great. And plus, you learn a lot from observing other people. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, you do.
Flick, what's the favourite speech that you've done? What was the title and what was it about?
That I've done. Oh,
Mm.
there's a lot that I've done. Probably the most recent one that I did. Actually, no, I think it was the goods and bads of siblings.
Oh, yeah.
And there were quite a few more bads than there were goods, but
It was an honest speech, was it?
but yeah, because I've got a little brother,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Bit of material.
I think I did that either last year or the year before.
Okay. Sounds like you had a bit of material to work with.
Yeah.
Maybe you had to edit it down.
I mean, he's cute, but really annoying at times.
Yeah, that's pretty normal, isn't it?
Yeah.
And have you got a favourite speech that someone else has delivered at Gavel Club?
I don't think so. I think one that one of the girls did really recently was air in August, about how you need air to survive, and that air in August is just so much better than air in all the other months.
Wow, that's an interesting take on things.
Yeah.
Wish I'd heard that now. That sounds very original. Flick, you talked about the meetings being at your local library. Toastmasters, particularly because of COVID, some of the meetings went online and had hybrid meetings where some people would come in person and some people would be online. Do you have hybrid meetings where some people can be online if, say, if you're a sick kid at home and you still want to go to the meeting? Is that an option?
No, I've never done that, but I have attended some of my mum's meetings online, and I gave a speech once online.
Really? I've got FOMO now. Wish I'd heard one of your speeches.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think somebody wasn't available for a speech. So I was like, I've got a whole bunch. So,
Okay. You got some saved up your sleeve, do you?
yeah.
Ready to go. Could you do a speech off the top of your head as well, do you think?
I mean, I've done a couple improv speeches. They definitely have not been as good as an actual speech that I've planned out, put on paper, that kind of thing.
Still, that's great practice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Flick, do you have themes for your meetings?
Yeah, we do have quite a few. Like, we do have themes every meeting. We've had like just green, like pajama kind of themes. Yeah, just anything really.
What about Halloween? Could you have a Halloween theme and get dressed up?
Yeah, I think we did have a Halloween theme last year.
Oh, yeah. What did you go as?
I can't remember. I know that last year we had a Christmas one, and I went as a Christmas tree and stuck baubles all over my shirt and in my hair and tinsel as well.
That's cool. I love that.
Mm.
Do you find Gavel Club friendly?
Yeah, it's really nice. I've got quite a few friends there.
That's great. I was going to ask you that if you made some friends, but that's awesome.
Yeah, I've made friends.
Do you ever chat about Gavel Club outside of the meetings?
Yeah, I do. I've got one friend, she is quite into public speaking, and I said you should join, but she's not available on Monday nights.
And so how many would be in your club?
About 20, 25?
Wow. Okay. And are they mostly girls, mostly boys, or a pretty even mix?
It's pretty even.
Okay. And do you have to be like a Swiftie to be a member, or do you get, kicked out if you find out you're not a Swiftie?
No, we've got quite a few people who hate Taylor.
Really? How
Yeah.
could that be the case?
I don't know. Yeah, they think they're cool, but no.
Hard to comprehend, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, look, if I'm a kid and I want to come along, but I'm pretty nervous, can my parent come and sit in with me and hold my hand during my first meeting?
Yeah, we do have quite a few parents who come in, but they're all just kind of in the back.
Okay.
My mum doesn't come, but we've got, I think, 2 pairs of parents who come every meeting,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't, like, sit with your parents, though.
But parents are welcome to sit down the back and just hang around.
Yeah.
Well, if I was a parent, I'd be sitting there taking notes. I think I could learn a fair bit from you kids. Flick, what do you think is the most boring thing in the world?
Sport.
Sport. Okay, fair enough. Now, in my Toastmasters club, your mum once ran a session called Surprisingly Awesome, in which we would pick a topic that we thought was really, really boring and then have to talk about it like it was actually really awesome. Would you like to try a little table topic and talk about sport and how it's actually really awesome?
Sure. So sport is so amazing. You can get so many benefits from sport. You go everywhere. Some people will go to Sydney. Some people can even go to America if they get really good. And then some people get world famous for being the best at sport. So also, apart from that, you can also get extremely fit and healthy. Some people think that all you need to do is sit on the couch and you're set for life. However, if you do sport, that is the number one thing that you can do that will make your life so much easier.
Yay. I'm so impressed on at least 2 fronts. One of them being that you could easily have just said, no, I don't want to do that, Brandon. We could have even edited that out. So the fact that you said yes, and plus I gave you something that was boring, the most boring thing, which would be make most people even more inclined to say, no, I don't want to talk about something boring. And we already know that it was boring to you, and yet you were quite convincing you sounded quite enthusiastic for sport all of a sudden. So that was also very impressive. Well done, Flick. I'm so impressed. At the start of my podcast, I'll often mention 3 famous things that the place the person is coming from. I've already had a few podcasts from people in Brisbane, but I thought I would ask you what your 3 favourite places in Brisbane are.
The library, Scouts, and probably my bed.
Fair enough. Listening to Taylor Swift, am I right?
Yeah. And sleeping works too.
Flick, what advice would you have for a kid who's thinking of joining Gavel Club?
Definitely try it out. I used to do it with a few of my friends who did not like public speaking at all. Like, they couldn't even speak in front of like 5 people. And at one point they ended up doing a speech and were absolutely amazing.
That's awesome. Has that helped you with your schoolwork or with any other aspect of your life?
I mean, it kind of helps when we have to do oral presentations for school, but most of the time we don't get English correct. So I don't know if it helps very much for schoolwork.
And do you see any plans for the future with either Gavel Club or Toastmasters?
Well, I think we were thinking of starting up like a new club, a new Gavel Club somewhere. Like, my mum's helping to start that up in Logan.
Okay. Why is that?
Because there have been quite a few complaints about like it's really far away.
I see. Make it more convenient and it's getting popular. 25 sounds like quite a lot for a club. Flick, I have one last question for you.
Yeah.
Would you rather go to a Taylor Swift concert or Gavel Club meeting?
Oh wait, that's really hard. Probably a concert.
Look, I think that's an amazing answer because it's the honest answer, but also the fact that you had to go that it was hard shows just how awesome Gavel Club must be if you had to sort of pause and think. I think that's a superb answer.
I mean, if it's like missing one meeting for Taylor Swift concert, then obviously I had to go to the concert. But if I had to quit, like, for a concert, I'd consider my options.
Awesome. Okay. That's really saying something then. Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. It's been such a pleasure, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did.
Thanks for having me. It's been really fun.
Thanks for listening to today's show. One of the key elements of Toastmasters is evaluations. This is how we grow and improve, both by encouraging comments for things we got right and points for improvement. We all learn and benefit from these evaluations, not just the person being evaluated. So any feedback in the comments is greatly appreciated. If you have a Toastmasters story you'd like to share or would like to be on the show, I'd love to hear from you. You can reach me at toastmastersworldtour@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.